Hi guys, good afternoon. My name is Chloe and I am from Chloe's Pilates. Today we are going to be doing a power Pilates using a resistance band. It's going to be a little bit of cardio, a little bit of sweaty exercises. I will give you modifications for those of you that don't want to do high impact exercises. And if you guys have got a resistance band, I've got my lovely new, they're called Feel the Burn resistance bands. And they're quite strong and they're fabric and they're really good to make you feel that extra burn, right? Which is what we want. If you want to buy one of these, you can go onto my website or on my shop on Instagram page and you can purchase one. Or if you, and do this class again another time, or if you don't have a band, all of the exercises can be done with the band. Don't worry about that. We're going to get going straight away. It is going to be dynamic. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be tough. If you feel like you're just like, oh, I can't do anymore, just take a child's pose, have a rest. Do the modification. Don't worry about keeping up with me if you're struggling, or if you want it to be harder, then obviously make it harder as well. And then after the class, guys, if you've got any questions, then head over to my Instagram page at Chloe's Pilates and I will answer any questions you have. Anyway, so all you need is your band. If you've got a band, don't worry if you don't. If you've got a long resistance band, you can always do that and tie it around your knees. And a mat and your water, and we're just going to put the resistance band on the mat to begin with. I'm going to start off with to get the heart rate up, some star jumps. Now the modification, if you're doing standing, you're just doing this, okay? If you want to get that heart rate up and do a little bit more higher impact, then you're going to start off with these star jumps, okay? Now star jumps are really good for getting the heart rate up, but it's also an opportunity for you to really start to activate the muscles, your core muscles, or every muscle in your body really, and that we want to be awake when we're doing exercise, Pilates, any kind of high impact. We want the right muscles to be active, right? So, while we're doing these star jumps, it's really hard for me to talk and do star jumps at the same time, but I want you to really think about your TVA, which is this band of muscle that wraps around your lumbar spine, okay? It's your supportive muscle. You want that supportive muscle to be super strong. So think about it wrapping around you like a tight pair of trousers. And then squeezing that lower belly in. And then stabilizing the shoulders. So don't let those shoulders hunch up. Keep them down. Okay, we're here for 10 more seconds. Then we're going to get the band on. And we're going to do some clown walks out to the right. Then to the left. So down on mats. 2 and 1. Release. Good. Grab hold of your band. Step into your band and put it around the top of your knees. Okay? Come to the left-hand side of your mat. I like to bring my hands behind me to stop my shoulders from rolling in. So pull the shoulders back and down. Think about a little bit of a retraction between the shoulder blades. Sit that bum back behind you so the weight is in your heels. And your lower belly is in and your spine's long. So if you look at me from side on, no arching, don't let the knees go in front of the toes, pull the hips back so the knees are kind of over the ball of the big foot, the big foot. Okay, so we're just going to stay deep in our squat and we're just going to crab walk from one side to the other. So what I want you to be really mindful of is that TVA muscle that wraps around your lumbar spine. It's stabilizing your pelvis. So really squeeze into that and then sit deep into those glutes. And then we're using your glute med, which is the outer side bum muscle, to really push against the band into that crab walk. Nice, guys. So this is going to slow the heart rate down a little bit. Or it's going to, but it's still going to be hard work, right? Now the modification, guys, if you're struggling, you stop, you stand up, you give yourself a little wiggle, and then come back and join me. Breathing in. Now can you sink a little bit deeper, a little bit lower in that squat for the last few? And then we're going to go back to the star jumps. We're going to try and keep the band on if we can for the next round of star jumps. Well done, guys. Last one, all the way to the end of the mat, stay low, and then all the way to the center. Hold it down, bring the hands to heart center, little tiny pulses here. So what I want you to do is think about contracting your glutes to lift and lower those hips. Just tiny little movements. Don't rush this and pump it. It's a slow lift, lower. Lift, lower. Keep pulling the weight back into the heels, guys. Squeeze those glutes. Don't let those quads take over. Make sure the glutes are doing majority of the work here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, is your bum awake already? Let's go. Star jumps with the band. Get rid of the band if you want to. Or you're doing the step out. Yeah? Think about that core pulling in. Shoulders down your back. Nice. Think about those abductors muscles here, the inner thighs. Squeezing those legs together. And then your abductors, your outside, your glutes, pulling the legs apart. Really good to be mindful of your body and aware of your body alignment, which helps reduce injuries, right? And gets you stronger in the right places. Woo! Come on, guys. This is getting that heart rate up, isn't it? Let's go. 10 more seconds. See, this is all you need. 30 seconds of hardcore power Pilates, and then you're done for the whole day. Perfect for the lunchtime break, or first thing in the morning, or in the afternoon to give you that energy. Last 3, 2, and 1. Lovely, guys. Back to the left-hand side. We're going back to the crowd. See if you can sink a little bit deeper this time. Hands behind your back, or they can go in front of you, but as I said, it's a good way of reminding yourself to stop your shoulders from rolling in. You want to keep those shoulders back and down and open. We spend a lot of time sitting on our desk rolling forward, right? Use exercise as an opportunity to open up the chest and strengthen that back body. Squeeze. Stay low. Don't rush this, guys. Slow and controlled is strong. Don't think going faster and doing higher reps is the way to strength. It's not. It's really slowing it down. I always like to imagine I'm in a kind of slow-mo movie. And then you really have to squeeze and use the correct muscles rather than just using their momentum to get you through. Woo! Yes, guys. So if your quads are taking over your thigh muscles, I want you to stand up, shake them out, and then come up a little higher and really focus on pulling the weight back into your hips rather than your quads. Your quads, our quads, tend to be a little bit more dominant, and we need to weight those glutes up, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting on your bottom. They become very lazy. Oh, my bum is not feeling lazy today though. I can definitely feel it awake now. Last 3, come on team. Stay low. All the way to the end. 1 more. And then back to center. Stand up. Have a second. Come back down, pulse it out, go. Tiny little control pulses. It's a squeeze lift. Squeeze lift. So think about those glutes. Really contract them to lift you up and lower. Squeeze. Keep the band, the knees pushing out on that band, team. Last 8, and 7, and 6, and 5. Stay strong. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Stand tall. Shake the legs out. Good, guys. Now keep the band around the knees, and we're going to come onto all fours. Okay, so we're going to do what we just done. We're alternating a kind of cardio exercise with a more strengthening exercise, okay? So, from 4-point kneeling, we're going to come into your plank. Now, the low impact position is you're just putting your knees in. You can take the band off if you need to. I'm going to keep the band on. If we are doing the high impact, we're going to be running mountain climbers, okay? So hands underneath the shoulders, index finger facing forward. You're going to push your head and shoulders up to sky and then wrap your upper arms around. So the bicep is spiraling forward and the tricep is pulling backwards. Okay, that's going to stop those shoulders from elevating. Now step back into your plank, and again, I don't want that bottom up here or down here. I want it lifted and then tuck and then hold your plank. So you're in a posterior pelvic tilt, you're squeezing your bottom and your tummy, yeah? And those shoulders are strong, head up is in alignment with your T-spine. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So I'm crossing the knees, right, left. Come on team, let's go. Let's get that heart rate back up, head up, shoulders strong, shoulder blades gliding down your back, ribs knitting together, belly button pulling in, that TVA muscle is stabilizing the pelvis, and you're just running those knees in. Come on, breathe through it. You can do it now. Let's go a little bit faster for the last little bit. Come on, push through it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, nice job, guys. Shimmy that band down a little bit if you need to. And then 4-point kneeling. The hands are under the shoulders. You're going to extend that left leg to the back of the mat. Okay? Now what happens when we lift the leg, we want to either open the hip or arch through the lower back. Trying to keep your body in a straight line, you're just going to lift that left leg, flex the foot, squeeze the left bottom, and then lower. Squeeze, lift. Lower. Squeeze, lift. Lower. So really think about pressing that left leg away. And every time you lift the leg, you need to isolate left bottom, squeeze it, pull the tummy in, then lower with control. And then you're stabilizing on right side, so you don't want to let your hips fall to the right. You want to keep your weight in the midline. Come on team, let's go. Remember, when it's this short period of time for the class, we want to make every single minute and rep count. So really squeeze at the top. I'm not just using momentum, remember? Squeeze, hold. Lower. Squeeze, hold. Really think about the length in the leg and the spine, so the crown of the head is reaching forward and that left leg is reaching back. As we start to tire, you want to kind of sink. But I want you to straighten those arms. I want you to pull that tummy in and be strong in that spine. Last 3 reps, then we pulse. Last 2. Last 1, lift. Now little tiny pulses, go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Control, remember? Not fast pulses. They're slow. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Even if you don't have a band, that's hard work. So if you have a band, it's really hard. Just shake out the wrist for a moment. We're going back into those mountain climbers in 5 seconds. Ready? Roll the shoulders. Do whatever you need to do. Ready? You're either stepping in or running. Go. Run, run, run. Remember, guys, shoulders strong. Biceps pulling forward. Triceps pulling back. Head up in alignment with your thoracic spine. Lower belly pulling in. And then you're keeping those hips still by using that TVA band muscle that wraps around the lumbar. Come on. A little bit faster. Keep breathing. Keep pushing through. If you need to stop, reset, do so. And then come back and join me. Remember? 10 more seconds. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, I just got to shimmy that band down my knees a bit. Right side, ready? Hands under shoulders, spread those fingers, push the head and shoulders up to sky. Drop the shoulders. Stabilize through left side body, extend the right leg. Remember, you need to isolate right glute, so contract it, squeeze your tummy, lift. Then lower, try not to arch through the lumbar. Okay, if you feel like it's niggling your lower back, you might be arching and pulping your tummy. So that's why I keep reminding you to pull that lower belly in, because we're trying to keep the spine lovely and straight. And then you're just lifting and lowering that right leg. You're not letting the weight fall into that left hip. You're keeping that weight in the midline. Head up, shoulders down. Keep reminding yourself, scanning your body. Really important to do. Check your alignment, especially when you get tired. We've got 5 more reps and we've got pulses. 4, 3, 2, last one, go, lift, pulse, squeeze, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Well done, guys, it's hard work. Okay, so next set is we're going to do burpees, again with the band around the knees if you can. If you can't, then take the band off, okay? And then we're doing sideline leg lift. So we've been working glute max, then we're going to be using glute knee, which is more of your side glute. Okay, so come into your plank position. Remember, when you jump back, I don't want those hips to drop. You jump back in a unit. So you tuck that tailbone, squeeze bum and tummy. Now you step, if you don't have the band, step up, stand up, yeah? Hands down, jump back, jump in, stand tall. If you want to make it harder, you have a jump at the top too. I'm just doing a standing. And you want to really push the hips forward and squeeze your bum and your tummy. Think about bum and tummy working together to protect your spine. I like to imagine it's like a sandwich, the bum and tummy sandwich. Nice, guys. Make sure you stand up tall in between each rep. Modification is just stepping forward and back. Woo! Come on, team. If you want to go harder, you go all the way to the floor. But that was my second set, so I'm going to stay on the easier option this time. Last 5. Come on, team. Keep the breath going. 4. Remember, you slow it down at any point. Slowing it down is key. Last 2. 1 more. And release. Nice. Come down onto your right side. Oh, goodness me, guys. Okay, so right elbow. Knees are together. So we're working right side as well as left side. Let me give you a modification first, actually. Modification is down here, and you're just lifting that top leg. Make sure the knee is higher than the foot, and the foot doesn't end up here. You want to make sure the top knee is higher than the ankle, and the top hip is rolling forward, not opening up to sky. You're trying to get into that left glute. If you're going for the harder option, you're going to lift up on your right knee and right elbow. Okay? Now, what I want you to think about is pressing your hips forward. So you're really posteriorly pelvic tilting your pelvis, pushing it forward, and then squeezing that right side, and then you're going to lift that top leg. Now, as you lower the top leg, you lower the hips. So lift, squeeze, lower, lower. So lift, squeeze, lower, lower. So what I want you to do is scan your body. Make sure that right shoulder is not hunching up towards the ear. Make sure right side body is strong. And then make sure that left knee is not collapsing in like this. You want to make sure the knee is higher than that foot. Lower with control. And again. Inhale, lower. Exhale, go. Inhale, lower. Really squeeze that outer left glute med, guys. My left glute med is not as strong as my glute max, so the band is not going as that. Also remember, my band is very strong. You might have a lighter band, so it depends how hard you want to work, obviously. Also, if you feel like your top hip is rolling up to sky, keep hold of that left hip and keep wrapping it forwards. 2, you know we've got those pulses, right? Let's go. Hold it, little pulses with the left knee, squeeze. Think about squeezing that outer left glute. Stabilize right side, right shoulder. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! That's hard, isn't it? Yeah. Shake the wrists. I'm going to turn around for the next one. So the burpees, you either modify, take this band off and step back, step in, stand up. Or you do the jump back, jump in, stand up. Or we do chest to floor and do a little push up. in between. I've got to find my energy. Come on team, let's go. Find your plank first. Find that strong plank. Think about that TVA. So you're going to jump in, stand up, squeeze bum and tummy. We go back all the way to the floor, push up onto the knees, jump in, stand up. So slow it down to begin with. Yeah, find the perfect alignment. So I'm sort of pushing down, so I drop my knees all the way to the floor, push back onto my knees and then up. So I'm not arching through my back to come up like this. Don't do that. Come up in a unit, because that's when the lower back starts to take the load. You want to come up in your push-up position. Breathe out on the effort, team. So breathe in to lower, breathe out to push up. Woo! Come on, guys. So if you notice, I'm going a lot slower on this one, because I have to be way more mindful of what's happening with my spine. 4 more. Be light and soft. 2. Last one. And then release. Yay! Okay, team. Left elbow, make a fist. Left shoulder. Drop that left shoulder away from the air. Make sure it's not coming up. Come up onto that left knee. Find that sideline. So push those hips forward. And you're lying on that left leg, left shoulder. So squeeze that top leg up. Squeeze it. And then lower hip, lower knee. So hips come up, knee comes up, and the foot. But make sure the knee is higher than the foot at that top point. And again, the top hip is rolling forward. You can keep your hand on your hip if you need to. But the most important thing is stabilizing through left side body and shoulder, and then squeezing left glute to lift those hips, and then squeezing right glute to lift. And then you've got that band as resistance. It's a whole load of full body. A lot of people say, oh, mat Pilates, it's so easy. Trust me, guys, it's not easy, as you can tell. It makes your whole body work. It makes every single little muscle in your body activate and work. You've got nothing to stabilize or support you. Last 2. Oh, last one, lift and hold. Little pulses with the knee, go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, guys, come down to your backs. Okay, so we're going to alternate core with a bit of glute, single leg bridges. Okay, so put your bands, around the outside edges of the feet like this. Okay, and then hands behind your head to support your head. Lift your head and shoulders up. Elbows nice and wide. Lower back is flat on the floor, so you're imprinted position. Lower belly is pulling in. So try and lift up, really lift up to the tip of the shoulder blades so your upper abdominals are working. And then we're going to use your lower abdominals as you press that left foot away. You're pulling this right knee in. And then exhale, pull and push. If you don't have a band, you're just going to do one leg extensions with your legs staying in tabletop, yeah? So just the same, but without the band. So you're keeping the head and shoulders up high, and then you're really pulling this knee in, because the further this knee comes in, the more your lower core has to work against that band. So you'll kind of pull and push, pull and push. Again, if you've got a pretty tough resistance band like this one, it's going to really get into those abdominals straight away. Now, if you feel like your lower back's taking the load, then maybe you need to stop, reset, and go again. You need to stay in imprint, and you need to think about that lower belly compressing to the mat. For 10, and 9, and 8, come on, 7, and 6, stay strong, 5, and 4, keep pulling and pushing, make every rep count, 2, and 1, release, put the band around the knees, guys. So modification is we're going double leg glute bridge. Yeah, make sure your ribs are knitting, your lower belly is pulling in, and you're tucking the tailbone. You're doing 20 of those, or you're coming with me and we're doing 6 Let's go. Squeeze, hold, release. Squeeze, hold, release. So you might not go up that far, but really focus on your right glute and hamstring rather than focusing on arching your back and popping your ribs. So try and keep that core connection and that lower rib to hip connection, and then just focus on the glute doing the work to extend the hips. I've lost count. I reckon we're on 8. 2 more. 9. Last one. 10. Hold it. Hold, hold, hold. 3, 2, 1. And then lower. Swap legs. Right leg comes up. Left heel pushing down. Let's go. 10. Squeeze the glute. Squeeze the hamstring. Try not to let that right leg extend. Keep that right leg bent in tabletop. And then you've got that band. You've got to stabilize on that left side. Don't let that left knee collapse in. Again, I've lost count. 7 and 8. Come on, guys, you've got this. 9. Think about lifting those toes. Drive through the heel. And 10. So good. Last 2 rounds, guys. You've got this. Ready? Lift the head and shoulders up. Let knees in tabletop, lower back and imprint. Lower belly pulls down. Imagine there's a weight on your tummy, compressing towards the mat. And then we go back into our pull and pushes. You can go a bit faster if you want, but make sure your pelvis does not shimmy from side to side. You want to lock that pelvis in place. And then you're doing that leg extension from the hip. Keep pulling that bent knee towards your face. Good. Lifting the head and shoulders as high as you can. If you need to go down and it's hurting your neck, you can do this with the head and shoulders on the mat too. 10, 9, 8. Keep breathing, guys. Inhale to switch, exhale to extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yes! Band around the knees. Okay, this time we're doing 10 with 10 pulses, 10 on the other leg, 10 pulses. Are we ready, team? This is your last push, and then you're done. Ready? Left leg tabletop. Make sure hip, knee, ankle, toe, all in one straight line. We drive it up. Hold, squeeze right bottom, right hammy. Let's go, down. Squeeze. 2, 3. I'm not going to lose count this time, I promise. 4 and 5. I'm renowned for saying 10 and then it's actually 20. 7 and 8 and 9. Come on, team. And 10. Little pulses. Go. 10, 9. Lift those toes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the left leg. Keep the hips high if you can. Right leg goes to tabletop, full range, down we go. Drive it up. You're really focusing on driving through that left heel and then actively squeezing left glute. 3. Come on, team. 4. Keep breathing out to lift up. Breathe in to down. 5. 8. 9. Last one. Lift and hold. Little pulses. 10. 9, let control pulses, yeah? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woohoo! Yes, guys. You can take that band off and you can throw it away and then you can hug the knees into your chest. Guys, that's so good. Hopefully you feel like your whole body has been activated. Just pull the knees out to the side and just do some ankle rotations. Calm that nervous system down. Have a moment here, and then we're just going to do a quick figure 4 stretch to stretch out that right glute. So what I want you to do is flex your feet, and then think about that external rotation of the right hip. So really squeeze your right glute to press that knee away from your face. And then if you can, hug the left shin and pull that left knee towards you, as you keep pressing that right knee away from you. Breathing in and breathing out. And then release, lovely, onto the other side. So left leg over the right knee, and then you're going to squeeze that right knee in towards your chest and keep squeezing left bottom to drive left knee away from your face. Flexing feet, so you're active in your stretching. Oh, and enjoy that lovely stretch, guys. So good, well done. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. You're going to extend that left leg, just have a little twist. Look to the right as your right leg goes to the left, keeping this right shoulder down onto the mat. And then bring it back to center, extend the right leg, hug the left knee in and over to the right. And you look to the left, keeping that left shoulder down. And then slowly bring it back to center. And then just shimmy onto your right side, pushing yourself all the way up to 4-point kneeling. Round into a cat stretch. Open up into a cow. One more time, lifting into cat. And then opening into cow. And then tuck your toes, have a little hop forwards. I'll come and face you. Legs nice and wide, or feet nice and wide. And then just come into your lovely deep squat position. If you struggle getting too low in this, you can lift your heels or put your heels elevated onto something and work towards trying to get into this deep squat position, which is so good for your ankle, knee, hip, spine. It's like my favorite move in the world. Guys, thank you so much. You're done. You are free to go. I hope you enjoyed that. As I said before, if you want a band, grab hold of a band on my shop on Instagram. They are really good. I've got lots of classes that I do with the bands. They're so good for activating and also just giving you that little bit of extra resistance and work, especially if you go on holiday and you don't have any weights. It's really fab. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me. I will see you again soon, I hope. Lots of love. Bye.